Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? This was Christ and Christ.
To conquer we must, when our cause it is just, and this be our motto, in God we Good evening, Batavia, Genesee County, Albion, Orleans County, New York State, the United States, and the entire world via the TuneIn app. Cody Catlin here with 90.7 FM WGCC, Batavia's only commercial-free station, Genesee Community College. Tonight we are here in remembrance of Brennan Moody, an Albion High School senior who passed away tragically in a car accident early last week, just after the last day of classes, right before graduation. Brendan was an amazing person, an amazing friend. I personally knew him pretty well, along with much of the Albion community whose hearts he touched greatly. Brendan was very active in the music and band programs in the school, very active in theater, and I actually have, courtesy of friends and family, I have recordings here of Brendan's performances, a couple of them, and I've got 3 here. We are going to listen to all 3. I've got a pretty funny story about Brendan. I was trying to think of which story to tell, and I thought the story from New York City would be a pretty funny one, so I'm going to tell that story. But very first off, we are going to hear one of Brendan's performances. This one, now, it took me quite a while to practice pronouncing this name of the song. It's a beautiful song, by the way. All of them are. This is Gethsemane. I believe I said that right. It took me a long time to practice that one. This is Brennan Moody's cover of the song. Hope you enjoy. I'll be back with you very shortly to share a story of Brennan.
I only want to say If there is a way, take this cup away from me, for I don't want to taste its poison, feel it burn me. I have changed, I'm not as sure as when we started. Then I was inspired. Now I'm sad and tired. After all I've tried for 3 years, seems like 30. Could you grasp as much from any other man? But if I die, see the saga through and do the things you ask of me. Let them be, break me, hit me, hurt me, nail me to their tree. I want to know, my God. Want to know, I want to know, my God. Want to see, I want to see, my God. Want to see, I want to see, my God. Why I should die? Would I be more noticed than I ever was before? Would the things I've said and done matter anymore? I have to know, my Lord. Have to know, I have to know, my Lord. Have to see, I have to see, my Lord. Have to see, I have to see, my Lord. If I die, what will be my reward? If I die, what will be my reward? Have to know, I have to know, my Lord. Have to know, I have to know, my Lord. Why should I die? Can you show me now that I would not be killed in vain? Show me just a little of your omnipresent praise. Show me there's a reason for you wanting me to die. Oh, far too keen on where and how, but not so hot on mine. All right, I'll die. Just watch me die. See how I die. See Then I was inspired. Now I'm sad and tired. After all I've tried for 3 years, seems like 90. Why then am I scared to finish what I've started? What you started, I didn't start it. God, thy will is hard, but you hold every card. I will drink your cup of poison, nail me to your cross and break me, bleed me, beat me. take me now before I change my mind.
Just listen to that voice. Brennan had an amazing voice, amazing acting personality, an amazing personality overall. In the background accompanying Brennan, you heard Mr. Gary Simboli of the Albion High School, director of all the choirs at the high school, and director of the theater department, also at the high school, with the fall and spring musicals, of which Brennan was also a part of every single one, as far as I know, from the time that he came over. He started off in the crew where I was. I helped out with microphones and audio, and Brennan was helping out around the crew for his first year, and then he quickly became one of the actors, and, well, he was a star actor ever since. So I've got a quick story about Brennan. Now, you may, if you don't know what he looks like, you may need to head over to the WGCC 90.7 FM Facebook page. I put up a picture of him on the page. You got to imagine him to get the story here. Brennan and I have a mutual friend, a best friend to him and a best friend to me, Dylan Beach. And Dylan and I, when we were in New York City, now a little backstory, the Albion High School Choir every other year will go to New York City on a trip and we'll perform around the city and a whole bunch of other fun sightseeing and musical and theater events, usually sees a couple Broadway shows. So we were on one of those trips. This was my senior year, 2017, and Dylan and I were walking down. We were just outside of Times Square, and I think it was 42nd Ave. I'm not exactly sure which street it was. But we're walking down the sidewalk. It's not very crowded because we're just outside of Times Square. And we see Brennan. I'm going to start chuckling as I remember this because it's funny. We see Brennan walking towards us in the opposite direction on the sidewalk. And at some point, he had gotten into some sort of like gift shop, some sort like a 70s shop, something. He had this tie-dye shirt on, no markings, just tie-dye. And he had it tied. Now, again, you gotta, this is hard to describe, but he had the bottom front of his shirt tied up around the front neck of his shirt. So he was wearing it across his chest. And then, of course, that was also holding the back of the shirt up. And it was hilarious. Dylan and I's jaws just dropped as he was walking up. And he walks up to us, and we just burst out laughing. He's laughing. He's having a blast. We got some pictures with him. Dylan got some pictures with him, and it was hilarious. And he walked around Times Square like this for the next 2 hours. And, I mean, that's not out of place at all for New York City. I was talking to somebody last night about Brennan, and I was telling them this story, and they had said, well, gee, that's weird. Well, I'm like, remember who we're talking about here. Nothing is weird when you're talking about Brennan at all. Another one that we're going to be pulling up here, this is the moment. This one you hear all the time around the Albion community. And this is, once again, Brennan and Gary on the piano.
This is the moment. This is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made effort, it's coming into play. It's here and now today. This is the moment. This is the time when the momentum and the moment are in right. Give me this moment, this precious chance.
This is the Moment, of course, by Brennan Moody, or covered by Brennan Moody, with Gary Simboli once again playing the accompaniment in the background. But yeah, like I was saying, the person I was talking to who said, yeah, that's funny, but that's kind of weird. Well, no, we're talking about Brennan here. Nothing was weird. Okay, nothing was weird. Here's just that fun, happy personality. And then personally, Brennan and I now, ever since about third grade was okay. Ever since the very beginning of fourth grade, and I'm not going to go into a whole story about myself here, but since the beginning of fourth grade, I wasn't very popular in the school community with my peers. So number of friends that I had was very minimal, and there were people who I didn't even know who would go around and they'd see me and they knew me and they'd say things that weren't exactly fantastic to a young me. That carried on all the way through most of high school. But the reason why I bring this up is because there was I can't really say one, there were a couple, but one person who does stand out a lot, and that's Brennan. And he could get along with anybody. He was meeting everybody that he met with an open book, and he was just absolutely fantastic. Somebody that someone like me could walk up to and say hi and have a great conversation, have some jokes, have a lot of laughs. That meant a lot. So, and that's how Brennan was with pretty much everybody in the community. And it hurts to know that he's gone. I know it surely was not expected, not by me, not by anyone, and it's unfortunate, but I know that for sure Brennan is Godspeed upwards, and he'll be looking down on us, and he'll be helping us through along with our lives. Now, I've got one more performance by Brennan, and then after that I'll be back on for another minute or two. I don't want to talk for too long. And then I've actually got 2 dedications to make before the tribute closes out. This next one is actually an Elton John song. This one is Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. And this performance I saved for last because this performance is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they all are, but this one in particular, about halfway through, you'll actually hear Brennan will call up his father, and they'll sing together. And boy, do him and Aaron sound amazing together. Brennan and Aaron Moody, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me.
No more of your darkness. All my pictures seem to fade to black and white. I'm grown tired, and times that still be for me. Frozen here on the ladder of my life. It's much too late to save myself from falling. I took a chance and changed the way of life, but you misread my meaning when I met you. You closed the door and left me blinded by the
once again a wonderful, this time duo of voices of Brennan and Moody. I am already seeing lots of blessings and comments on the radio station's Facebook page. Thank you all so much for tuning in and listening. And thank you all for your love and your support of the families of not only Brennan, but everybody involved in the tragic accident that took place. If you have any photos, memories, stories to share of Brennan, I welcome you with open arms to head over to the 90.7 FM Facebook page. And there is a post there of Brennan, which was announcing the show tonight. Feel free to leave a comment on that post. I already see there's one picture of Brennan and a bunch of his friends there on the post. It's beautiful. Feel free to leave your stories, thoughts, photos on that post. To close out this segment of tonight's show, I do have two dedications that I would like to make. The first one, now, Brennan and I had a very similar taste in music. Queen, Elton John, Billy Joel, and among others, classic rock. And that's actually what my show is mostly about, Soft Rock Batavia. But I had a nice conversation with some friends and some family of Brennan over the last couple of days and last night. And I asked his mother, give me one song, if Brennan was here right now, that he would want to hear. And because I haven't been able to talk to Brennan, and last time I saw him was at the musical, so I haven't seen him in a while. But her answer is actually a song that I really much enjoy too. So coming up next on 90.7 FM, Piano Man by Billy Joel, dedicated to Brennan and his family. And immediately following that, this is a song that I want to dedicate to the entire Albion community, friends and family of not only Brennan, but of all who were involved and affected by the tragic accident last week. And that is going to be John Parr's Man in Motion from St. Elmo's Fire. Hold your heads up. There's a strong community right by your side. Albion strong, and God bless.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. A regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 li li da, la la li li da da da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Now John at the bar is a friend of mine. Gets me my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke or to light up your smoke, but there's some place that he'd rather be. He says, Bill, I believe this is killing me, as a smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be a movie star if I could get out of this place. Oh, la 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 di di da, la la di di da. Now Paul is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. And he's talking with David, who's still in the Navy and probably will be for life. As the businessmen slowly get stoned. Yes, they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. A song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday, and the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while.